It's a competition for the strongest of the strong that's been around for 700 years. On this day, two teams with competitors from the U.S. and Scotland will compete in one of the most hallowed and rich traditions in the world. The athletes will need proper form, brute strength, and extreme endurance to make it to the end in this all-day event. These are no ordinary games. These are the Scottish Highland Games.
Scottish Highland Games, one of the oldest athletic competitions worldwide. The game as a whole is a really big celebration of your Scottish heritage. It's a team competition, one of the few in the Highland Games circuit that's we take 5 of the best northern athletes, amateur, and 5 of the best southern amateurs, and it's scored on a team basis.
The points are divided up. In this games, the highest score is going to be the winner. So if you win an event out of 14 guys, you're going to get 14 points. And as a team, your team's points in each event are going to be added up. And so the team with the most points at the end of the day will be the winner.
Ceres is a little village in the Kingdom of Fife in Scotland, and in 1314 Ceres sent some of its men into battle to fight for King Robert the Bruce against the English. And after the success in the battle, Robert the Bruce granted the village a royal charter to hold an annual fair and games and to celebrate the safe return of the men from the battle. And so we've been holding the fair ever since for 700 years. 2014 is our 700th anniversary, and it's always held at the end of June with all the heavyweight events like you can see here today. So you could say we're the grandfather of all Highland Games in the whole world.
I was a track and field athlete in high school and college. This is actually my 23rd year of throwing track and field, and I coach track and field today. In 2001, September 11th happened, and a buddy of mine had a football game that was canceled, and so we went to the Charleston, South Carolina Highland Games. And that Saturday we decided that was going to be something we wanted to try, and went out there and threw and loved it, and threw that games for the next 2 or 3 years, and then started spreading out, and I've done as many as 20 games in one season.
If you're Scottish and normally if you got any size to you, once you ever find it, you've got to compete. And once you ever compete the first time, you've got to compete after that every chance you get.
It's a uniquely Scottish event which we've exported worldwide, but the best athletes in the world, I have to say, are still the Scottish athletes. No disrespect to your American athletes.
And now let's meet the competitors on the North and South teams.
Shane Sutherland, Travis Gordon, Kevin Becker,
Neil Elliott,
Fraser Ewan, Willie Faulkner, Isaac Birch,
Nick Kahanick, Matt Hand, Jeff Katz,
Chuck Casson,
Lauren Coulthart,
Kyle Randalls, Craig Nicholson. I like long walks on the beach, poems, puppies, and
Apparently
romantic
this favors
novels.
7.
The first event is the 16-pound stone throw. Competitors must throw the stone from the release area with one hand while the stone touches the neck, similar to shot put style.
The world record, Nick actually holds it at 63, 3 3/4, something like that. So he did it last year, and farthest anyone's ever thrown a stone that weighs 16-ish pounds. So pretty cool stuff.
Ah!
Nick Kahanen, captain of the North team, takes the win in the first event of the day and helps propel the North into the early lead.
The most important thing is the team did well. We took first, second, third, and fourth, I believe. So the team did really well on that. That's what I was kind of hoping for. When you have a strong event, you got to show up. So I feel like the North team did that.
The second event is the 56-pound throw. Players must grab the weight, spin twice, and throw the weight as far as they can, while keeping at least 1 foot in the release area.
Kind of a wild card event because it's a 56-pound weight, and you spin with it 2 times, and anything can happen. I've seen the best in the world fall on their face, and I've seen guys who I thought would never even touch it or lift it up throw farther than me. So it's definitely a wild card event.
Becker gets the first win of the day for the South team.
Form, strength, technique, it's something where you got to be strong enough to throw it because it's 56 pounds, but if you don't have the technique down, it's going to throw you all over the place. So it's a tough event.
It went really good. First 2 throws were kind of off for me, but a 78-foot throw is right in line with where I should be. Generally, if I'm under 80, it's a bad day, but I'll take it today because everybody was kind of having an off day. I was really pleased with that. I had to really open it up on the last one because I was in second until my final throw to somebody who could very well beat me. There's 4 guys here in this event that could have won this and could win overall, actually. And so for me to be able to take first in this is real awesome.
So what we're about to do is the 22-pound Scottish hammer. What you're going to do is you stay anchored to the ground in a stationary position and wind the hammer around your head as fast as you can, and then release it into the field. This event, you cannot move. If your feet move, that's a foul. So you'll see guys with these long blades on their feet, and what they'll do is they'll anchor you into the ground, and you're able to lean back while a 22-pound hammer is pulling you in the opposite direction. You'll see guys use pine tar and spray tacky so it stays in their hands so you can go a little bit faster. This is a real exciting event. The Scots are really good at this event. If we measure from like 6 feet back where the trig was, that was a good throw.
Kyle Randalls gets the win for the North team, and after the event requests extra throws in an attempt to set a new record in the 22-pound hammer throw. Randalls sets a new field record for the 22-pound throw with a throw of 105 feet and 1 1/4 inch.
The interesting thing about what he just did is in the heavyweight for distance, he actually tweaked his trap. So he has a bad right shoulder right now, and he still broke both the records. Like, this isn't some schmuck game that, you know, records get broken all the time. I think last year we had the best 3 amateurs in the world here, and only 1 record got broken, and it wasn't even by one of those guys. So to break 2 records back to back like that is pretty incredible. So I bet he's loving his trip to America, huh?
A little more points than we expected to in the stone and the 56, but we kind of had some issues in the lightweight and the heavy hammer. We didn't perform to what we're capable of, but there's still our half of the day left, which is the caber, 56 for height, and sheath. I think we're going to make up some big ground in those events.
We were the heavy favorites coming in, and they've really stepped up to the plate. They've really impressed us, and when we open a door, they're kind of walking through it at this point.
You know, the top 3 guys from the North team were guys who we knew would be really good in the first half of the day, and were pretty inconsistent for most of the second half of their day. And so I picked guys who were consistent in the second half with the guys who can really, turn any cabers, and guys who are really capable of going 16 plus and 56 for height, and consistent 30 plus sheath tossers. So that's what we went with.
My personal favourite is, of course, the caber toss. One of Scotland's most plentiful resources is trees, so a good way of keeping fit if you don't have any other gym equipment is to chop down a tree and toss it over your shoulder. And so that's what the boys do here today. And it's quite a massive trial of skill and strength, and there isn't any way to practice for it except by getting a tree and throwing it.
The next event is the most recognizable of the Scottish Highland Games, the caber toss. The competitors must pick up the caber and attempt to flip the caber end over end, falling away from the tosser. The goal is to set the caber to land as close to the 12 o'clock position as possible. If the caber doesn't flip over, points are awarded based on the maximum vertical angle the caber went. Ewan from the South team appears to have sustained an injury during his attempt, and on this day, the caber would seem to be unbeatable. After many tried and many failed, Travis Gardner would take his shot at flipping the caber.
It feels good considering no one last season turned it either, so good deal, good deal. Even though it wasn't a great 12 like I normally turn, but it was a turn nevertheless.
Gardner would be the only one to flip the caber, but unfortunately the games would have to continue with one less competitor.
So the last attempt there, running along, I don't know if my foot went down in one of the potholes in the field, but I felt a pop in the teardrop in my left calf, so I don't know if I tore something or pulled something, but that's the end of my competition, unfortunately.
At this point, this has been a long day. A lot of people are getting tired. We had one guy that just blew out a calf muscle. He's done for the day. One of the Scottish guys. We got a couple guys that, like, one guy's got a strained trapezoid muscle. Myself, one of my biggest problems is I tear holes out of the middle of my hand. Even with a glove, I tore a callus off. Right now I got it super glued, so it quit bleeding. I can't quite straighten it out all the way. So I'm just trying to get through the last couple of events without re-tearing any holes. We got the sheath coming up, and this one's not so rough on my hand. This is one of my better events. This event is why I'm here for Team North. So hopefully I can represent well and take a shot at Isaac, who is the world record holder at this venue last year. So see what happens.
The sheaf toss is the next event in these games. Each player must use a pitchfork to throw a burlap bag stuffed with straw over a bar. Each player gets 3 attempts to get over the bar. After all the competitors make their throws, all successful competitors move on to the next height until only one competitor is left. The South team was expected to dominate this event, but in the surprise of the day, the North would come out on top.
They have the world record holder in the sheaf on their team, so we were kind of assuming that we would get, hopefully second and third, and we have a couple of surprise sheaf throwers, and their 2 best sheaf throwers kind of didn't show up at a good time, and 4 of our guys did. So they told us that they were going to take first, second, and third, and we just took first, second, third, and fourth. I'm looking like a genius right now.
After a long, grueling day, the final event of the day is the 56-pound throw for height. This event will determine who comes out victorious between the North and the South. Becker would win the last event of the day with a top height of 16 feet.
It went fabulous. I mean, I tied my PR, won the competition, and getting dark out here, getting cold, it was good to get it in and get it done.
After all the events are complete, the North would come out on top with a final score of 394 to 337.
The plan going in for today was these guys would moose stop everyone out here in all the other events, and I would come in and help bury them in the stones and then basically win the sheaf. That was the plan coming in. Yeah. It didn't work out that way, but we did bury them in the stones, and we buried them in the sheaf too.
Yeah, so that's
I was winning sheaf up until the last height, but it didn't matter because my boy Jeff won sheaf and we took the other 2 spots, so it didn't matter.
Amen. 1, 2, 3 after May, we're all declaring pro. Yeah. So we won't be able to come to a competition like this anymore. We'll go to the paid competitions. I can promise you I will win the beer chugging contest, and that's the only event I care about.
Many Celtic beverages will be in.
Yeah. Amen.